Greetings, fellow slingers. Welcome back to Roll the Hard 20 podcast. It is I, your trusted Dungeon Master, welcoming you once again. What a beautiful day it is. We've got a nice, warm, tropical 93 degrees in this office of mine. You can see that we got the books back up. We got the video games back up. We got the initiative tracker back on the desk again. And let me tell you, I am so excited to be playing this game again. I'm so glad that all my hard slingers join me on this nationwide endeavor to continue to bring to you more material. Like I said before, and I can't stress it enough, I'm terribly sorry that we were unable to bring more material to you guys during our hiatus, but I'll tell you what, I'm trying to do everything I can to get the hard slingers of yore, Sammy and Tone Dog, once again so we could play some Delta Green via Zoom. We'll get that up and coming pretty soon, but until then, we still got our Dragon's Demand, and I still want to get some other extra material out to you guys, so please be patient with me. I'm still dealing with this time change, man. It's just still, it's crazy. It's crazy. I don't know how you East Coasters do it. Coasters, whatever. Anyways, if you're loving the show, like we love doing it for you, please leave us that 5-star rating and review on whatever podcast app you listen to the show on. I know I sound like the broken record once again, but I'm telling you guys, it really is working. I checked this on some poll that some website had, and it said that we were 10% of the 2.5 million podcasts that do this type of podcast. So that means we want to get in the top 5% of the 2.5 million. So we gotta do it, man. We can do this. We can bring more people. Get your friends, get your families, get their phones or their computers, and click that 5-star rating, subscribe to the show through their devices. They don't have to know. They don't have to care. Who knows? Maybe they'll accidentally listen to the show and actually like it. They'll like what we're putting out. They'll get the laughs. They'll get the fun. They'll get the levity that everybody needs in this world now that we have Corona 2.5 coming around again. Anyways, not going to waste any more of your time. Having a great time with this intro as it is. So all I got left is to warm up your dice and top off your glass as Roll the Hard 20 podcast presents episode 20 of our Dragon's Demand run-through. Finish what you started. Oh, baby. Come on. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah.
Actually, what he's doing is he's practicing his corpse.
His corpse? No, he's a living corpse. He still has a pulse.
So can you guys hear me with this microphone?
Yeah, but I don't think you have to be that deep on it, though.
I know. I'm just saying. Can you hear it?
Yeah, I can hear you. Most mics tell you that the effective distance is like 10 to 12 inches.
All right.
Not that deep.
I mean, unless you're practicing.
Oh shit!
Oh, right.
You see, and here you were telling me to edit that other shit out.
What? Are you kidding? That's what they keep coming back for.
Look at Ryan.
The listeners or the guys?
Both.
Yes. I mean, let's be real. Yes.
Like I said, you've added an infusion of eccentric to the show that is unparalleled. We're so happy you're with us,
my dear. I promise you, I am not the eccentric one here,
dude.
Who is? Let's hear it.
That would make it too easy.
All right, babe. Oh, we were ready.
Yes.
All right, let me write this down.
Let's all go die to some tiny lizards.
You know what? As a side note, it was kind of funny that last week, because it had been so long, I kind of stumbled on the intro. Did you notice that?
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit.
All right.
I was like,
I think we all kind of.
Yeah, kind of like, oh, shell shock.
It's like, oh wait, we're actually doing this?
Yeah, it's like riding a bike. It's just got to get back into.
It's like riding a bike. You just pull off your pants and do it.
You just do it. You mean that's not how you guys do it?
One of those
wear pants?
strapless seats. Greetings, fellow slingers. Welcome back to Roll the Hard 20 podcast. It is I, your trusted Dungeon Master, Brian, and with me, the Hard Slingers.
Yeah.
Episode 20. So, If everybody remembers where we left off last time, I'm going to break it down a little bit for you. You guys wound up in a room where you found yourselves in a triangle crossfire. Sirkin, you are now taking the room temperature challenge. We've got Stubby, who is in the hallway. Warren, who's in the entrance way. Flint, you just cast some sacred love on Sirkin to keep him from making his death saves, but you know that there are still 4 more contributors of your arrow volley. 2 in the north and 2 in the south.
Yeah, if I remember it properly, it was Nick's character lying down on the ground. I'm giving him a little belly rub with my shield in hand and taking arrows.
Yeah, you're kind of
Just trying to
shielding
keep us
him.
alive,
Yeah, which would give him partial cover if they cared to continue to fire at him. Now, you moved to him, and then you did your heal on him.
I
So
cast Spare the Dying for him so he wouldn't have to make his death saving rolls.
Okay, so that would bring your turn to an end. Stubby, you are in the hallway. The corpse of that final burning kobold still lays in the hallway at your feet. You can hear these arrows twanging from inside the room. Past Warren, you see Flint kneeling down next to Sirkin's body. What do you want to do?
Remind me, what's my this is dimly lit room?
Yeah, it's dimly lit.
So
These guys are probably, well, you can't see from where you are.
Yeah.
Where they are but they're on the other side of that crevasse that the bridge led over. There was a bridge that was like 5 feet wide that led over this 20-foot wide crevice that went north to south. Against the far eastern wall was this dying fire. But somewhere in the north and somewhere in the south on the opposite side is where these hunkered in kobolds are at.
If I make my way into the entrance of that room, what's the distance from the entrance to the north and the south?
I think we computed this last time too. Let me take from the entrance, right?
Yeah, if I'm like just coming into that room, what's the distance?
It looks like it's 30 feet in both directions.
Okay,
30
so I
feet to the
can't
south and to the north.
So I can't see shit. Okay. So I'm going to attempt a stealth. I want to stealth and go south along that south wall towards the south end of the crevasse.
Okay.
And see if I can get kind of a better angle or view of what we're dealing with.
Okay.
Come on, roll. Come on, baby. 14.
14.
Yep.
You think you're doing well. You don't
Okay.
think anybody's seen you.
Okay. So I'm gonna in that room where the where the start of the bridge is and where the entrance to the room is Sirkin and Flint, are they like the halfway point?
Can you see where I put the little
Yep,
C
I see
and
it.
F? Okay, that's where everybody originally started off in that room.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so I want to stay kind of in that vertical line of Flint because he's facing south with his shield, right?
I don't know which direction he's facing,
Yeah,
but he was to
it
the
would be
north of
towards-
Sirkin's body.
It was towards where the 2 kobolds in the south, the torched one, and there was another one in the south, right? Or was
There's
that
2 in the
north?
south, yeah.
2 in the south. So yeah, I'm trying to protect ourselves from the south flank so they don't, because those are the ones that have been giving us the most trouble.
So
All
you
right,
got Flint up north, then you have Sirkin, and you want to be further south of Sirkin then?
Yeah, so what I want to do is I want to close that 30-foot distance by
Okay.
half. I want to be 15 feet so that I can see if I can ascertain where the kobolds in the south. But I want to stay in that kind of vertical lineage of his shield. Sorry, Flint, but
That's fine.
I want to use the back of his shield. You know, if arrows are coming, that the back of his shield might shield me.
Okay, got it.
So I move up to the 15-foot mark and see if I can observe
And you want to observe the southern
the
part,
southern.
right?
Yeah, I want to
Okay.
see if I can get a better view of what we're dealing with.
Okay, go ahead and make your perception check.
Ooh, that would be a 19.
Okay. As you're looking across the crevasse, and you're looking against the south wall, you see these jagged portions that are sticking out of the wall. I think I described it last time, where the whole area is just jaggedly hewn out of this. The cavern's hewn out of this mountain. You can see that there appears to be some kind of a plateau or a recessed area that's about 8 feet off the ground, and you could barely make out 2 heads that are in this area, but it's on the other side of the crevice.
But I can somewhat see what I consider to be a head.
Yes,
Okay.
you can see the 2 that are raining down the love.
Okay. I know I'm going to have to do this at disadvantage because of cover, but I want to try to shoot one of them with my short bow.
Okay.
So I need to roll disadvantage for hit. And that is going to be a 11.
And you hear it crack off of one of the rocks against the back wall.
Okay. I'm going to finish my move with a cunning action and try to go back into stealth.
Okay, go back into stealth again.
18.
Okay.
That'll be the end of my turn.
Sirkin.
Yep.
As you lay prone on the floor, flint hard shank above you, touching
Rubbing
you
that belly.
in a very familiar fashion. What would you like to do?
Am I conscious at this point?
Of him touching you?
Do you consent?
Is this consensual? No, am I awake at this point?
No, you're just not making death saves. You're
Yeah,
at
you're
0
stable.
hit points, but you're stable.
Okay.
So somebody would have to administer some kind of healing or a health potion.
Right.
So
Okay, there's not much I can really do then.
okay.
Take cover behind my shield.
Nick's just resting his eyes.
Yeah.
Stabi, you see one of the heads poke up on the south wall and fire down at you. By the way, I rolled a hard 20 on my perception check. 12.
Did you roll disadvantage because I'm stealth?
He does not see you. He fires one into the wind. The other ones have Warren, you're tucked into the entrance, right?
Right. I'm
Okay.
like kind of back up against the wall.
So Flint, these other 3 arrows are going to go at you.
All right.
1 will hit, 2 will hit, and the 3rd one will not. 4, 3, and 4 points of damage. 7 points of damage.
All right.
Are you still vertical?
I'm still vertical. I am in the zone. So as these arrows are
Just
taking,
drop your
going into
weapons.
me,
That's all you gotta do is just drop your weapons. Toss them
Nah.
right into the trench.
Flint
And
doesn't
come on
even
up. We already
realize
took
that
one of
those-
your boys down. We'll
He
take
doesn't
you
even
all
realize the arrow went into him. He's so in the zone.
down. All right, Zone. Warren, from the threshold, you hear these guys trash talking Flint.
Which
It's just a matter of
direction?
time. We're gonna have you.
Which direction is the trash talking coming from?
From the south.
Okay. I will step up behind Flint, take a bead on wherever.
dog.
Take a bead on wherever the trash talk is coming from,
Okay.
and as I launch an eldritch bolt at him, I in Draconic say, "You are the one who should give up," and that is a 16 to hit.
16. Okay. Which one do you want to go for? There's 2 of them.
Whichever one was talking.
Okay, I'm gonna have to roll a die. 1, 2, 3 for the one on the left. 4, 5, 6. Okay, so for the run on the right. What's your damage?
A ghetto crit, so that's 13 force damage
What are you talking about?
and 2 fire damage.
God
Like I kind of
damn!
kind of imagine this kobold is just like popped his head up to trash talk. He gets about 2/3 of the way through, and then all of a sudden his
All you
head
see is like a
splattered.
grill of gold teeth. What you talking about? You see these gems flying everywhere.
And then I will resume bravely waiting behind Flint in the entryway hall.
Okay.
Dude, we're doing like a Spartan circle here. Shield wall.
So, I have got to make a perception check on you, Stubby. Still not seeing you. So, Flint, I am sorry, but you are again the target. Both of them
Dude.
will miss.
Flint, just
All right.
stand there, take the dodge
Just
action,
take it.
and
Yeah.
Those
You
are
know.
warning shots, Tiger. Just drop your shield. Give us that one that's already down on the ground, boy.
Nope.
Was that your full action to reply no, Flint? It's your turn.
Now, actually, I am deep in prayer, so I don't even know that these arrows are hitting me and the shit talking going on. And I'm actually going to use my channel divinity and give Carton, let's see, that will be
Jesus.
7 points of healing.
We just talked about this. It's
I know.
Sirkin, not
So you gave
Kjartan.
Kjartan 7 points. You're going to give
Sirkin.
Sirkin 7 points, though.
We're going to give him Sirkin. Not Carton. Man, you got to mix these up. We got too many C's.
His last one was spelled with a K.
Was it?
Yes.
Yeah, but you could do like Kool-Aid. That's spelled with a K.
Kool-Aid. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Do you want to do anything else while you're
That's my
that's-
action, and I'm just gonna hold the line.
Stubby?
Okay. So I observe Warren's attack of the kobolds up on that southern end. One of them took fire damage. Is he on fire?
No, it was a Eldritch Blast.
No, but he took
Well-
fire damage.
my
well.
Eldritch Blast do like 2 points of fire damage. So
Yeah, it didn't engulf him. Apparently his afro wasn't flammable.
not enough hairspray.
No.
I used
Okay.
pomade instead. It's
Jake
just a
Carroll.
wax.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'd like to try to. Can I still see the silhouette of a head up there?
Make a perception check. Because they're dodging and bobbing and weaving.
Yeah, they're being
You know,
kobold.
the last thing they want to be is stationary. It's bad enough they're stuck up there.
18.
18?
Yep.
Yeah, you see him still.
Okay, I'm going to attack again with my short bow.
Okay.
Disadvantage. Come on, baby. Oh, 18.
18
Yes.
will hit.
Okay.
Now, which one are you hitting?
Well, there were only two, and one of them's dead, right?
No. Makes no sense. There were two, and they're both alive.
Oh, I thought the other one died.
No, he's still alive.
After 15 damage, these are beefy kobolds.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought he did. Okay, I'm gonna attack the one that I observe kind of have like a flash on him. So
Okay.
the one that Warren attacked.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you do more than 1 point of damage?
I do 8 points of damage.
You only need that one. What else you want to do?
I'm gonna go back stealth again, or attempt anyway.
Okay.
Dude, I'm fucking rolling good tonight. 23.
I don't
Oh,
even know.
damn.
I don't even know I want to try this. Actually, there's a cracked die, but it was on a D20. Oh, no. Okay, you're good. They see each other.
Is that other kobold still up?
Yeah, he's still up there. God damn, he killed Shorty.
Shut it
Fuck, they've
down.
been roid kobolds, man. They've been juicing.
Yeah, it's their like hidden gem.
Sirkin.
Yes.
Sirkin from the ground floor.
Sirkin's now awake. It's kind of disoriented, but still kind of hears the action going on around him. And so he picks up his longbow right next to him, right next to where his body was, and tries to pick it up and tries to fire off an arrow at the one remaining kobold. Let's see. Does a 12 hit?
No, from that prone position, You draw your bow back, release the knock, and you see it strike right beside that head. Warning shot. Want to jump up to your feet, or you gonna stay there?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to jump up to my feet, and can I actually try to hide around the ledge that leads into the hallway, or?
I think you got half of your movement once you get up.
Okay. And in that case, I'll just get up at that point.
Okay.
Just stand up.
So you and Flint side by side. Flint's still in prayer. From the north wall, these two individuals have two targets. 1, 2, 3. Flint on you. Next one. Flint on you as well.
Yeah, loving me.
You know
14?
you like getting poked.
Does 14 hit?
14 hits.
Okay, so you get hit by one arrow. The other one goes wide, 5 points of damage.
All right.
Who's going to be praying for Flint?
Okay.
Look, just
Right.
leave now. All you got to do is leave now. Just take you and your toys. Get on out of here.
Oh, screw that.
Nagaraz
Cabal.
doesn't have to know nothing. We'll just let it go. Don't be like that.
Use the one that's got to go.
We'll give you the rice and your roni. Warren.
From where I am, can I move 30 feet and have the kobolds, the two kobolds that are, because there's still two kobolds up that are to the north, right?
Right.
Okay, if I move 30 feet, can I have them be within 15 feet of me?
Where are you going to move that 30 feet to? Into the middle of the room or to the northern portion of the room?
Wherever I need to. If I can
You would
do
have
it,
to move to the northern portion of the room. You'd have to be right at the edge of the crevice. And then
Okay.
the crevice is what I say it was. I think it's actually it's 20 feet wide. So even if you're on
okay.
the other side, you still wouldn't be within 15 feet of it.
Okay, never mind then. I'm just gonna keep doing what I was doing then. I am going to poke my head back around, try to take lead on the remaining one to the south, and
No,
let's
there's
see,
oh yeah, there's still one more. Sorry.
Yeah. and then see if we can light him up.
Very good.
That is a 20, not a hard 20.
That'll hit.
Placid 20.
Give me,
I mean, I'm sorry, but with the Eldritch Blast, there's just nothing placid. It's just, you know.
see, I don't even have to say commentary. Let him have it. Give
You're
it to
like-
him.
It's like pushing rope with a soft 20.
So that's 8
Shoot
force
bullets,
damage,
spaghetti.
8 force damage, and 2 points of fire damage.
Describe for me how you annihilate this kobold.
So this kobold has been hiding among this kobold has been hiding among some like jagged rocks, and it's just enough force to like actually like push him back onto like a point he was standing in front of, and it's just like and you just like things back there.
Just shattering all these bones inside of his
Right.
body. You see these jagged portions of tibia and labia and all that other eas poking out of his skin.
All the Evas.
Oh my god! And then once again, I'm going to bravely face the other kobolds from the hallway.
You're gonna what to them?
Bravely face the other kobolds
Oh,
with
okay.
Flint and Sirkin from the hallway.
From the
Okay.
hallway.
From the north. Stubby, you're still hidden in the room, correct?
I am. I'm staying where I'm at. Stealth.
Okay. You're still well hidden.
Yep.
The rain of fire. 1, 2, 3 for Sirkin. Coming for you, Sirkin. For a 19 to hit. For 5 points of damage. The other one at you, my man Flint. For 3 points of damage.
All right.
Again, you hear them trying to hustle you off. Just go on, take it. Take whatever you want. Just leave us. We'll be good. We ain't gonna tell Rogaraz nothing. Just go. We got nothing to say? Hello?
Hello?
Hello.
From the hallway from the hallway, Warren's going to call out Draconic. I believe you are the ones who are surrounded. You should be the ones who give up.
Flint, you're up.
All right.
Center of the floor.
Center of the floor. Flint is hurting. Let's see. We only have the one in the south, right?
No, they're both annihilated. There's the only two that are left are the ones in the north.
Okay, and there's no more in the hallway, correct?
No.
Dude, they're
Okay.
crispy in the hall.
You're crispy in the hall. All right, perfect. Then at the northern wall, I'm just going to have Cabal number 2 make a dex saving throw for me.
Cabal number 2.
I don't know which one. I figured there's just 2.
Let me check his dex. 16.
16. Oh, you're going to pass. All right, so I'm going to use the rest of my churn to make my way into cover in the hallway.
Okay. As you scamper off. Stabi. You're fairly confident that you're still unseen where you are in that room. Low lit. Maybe not familiar with their vision. But so far, nobody's fired on you.
Compared to where I'm at on the north, I'm about 45 feet.
You're,
It was-
you're way against the south wall at this point. So
Yeah,
you're,
but it was 30 feet to the north, 30 to the south, based on the entrance to the room.
Yeah, so you're probably about 45 feet
Yep.
to the north wall, but then there's still 20 feet like on the opposite side of the crevice. So
Yep.
they're probably about 55 feet if you take into the sine, cosine, and tangent.
All right.
I learned that from a Big Red Cart commercial years ago. Or was it Juicy Fruit?
Juicy fruit. Okay, I'm gonna make. I'd like to make my way back towards the entrance, but move along that the south or northwestern wall.
So keep going along the circumference of the room.
exactly.
So you're going to pass the entrance and keep going.
I am.
Okay. So you're 15 feet away from the entrance. Are you going to move your full, what do you have, 30 or 25?
Yeah, I've got. No, I have 25 feet.
Okay, so you're going to do the full 25?
Yeah.
No, if you're not attacking, you could double move.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I'm not
Okay.
attacking, so I'm gonna use my action, my movement action, 25 feet, go to 50, but I'm not gonna go the full 50. I'm gonna go the 45.
Okay,
Okay,
got it.
and then that's my movement. Because I'm not gonna attack. I used my action for double. I'm gonna just attempt stealth again. 12.
Oh, man.
Ooh,
What happened? We were on a good roll.
I was.
Pretty sure you're going unseen, possibly. Sirkin,
Possibly, maybe, sort of. Cannot confirm or deny.
Sirkin, side by side with Flint, risen from
Flint
the
ran
dead.
away, right?
Yeah, Flint ran away.
Side by side with the spirit of Flint. The dust he left behind, just an outline, shimmering outline of dust. You did run away? I didn't know you ran in there.
I ran into the hallway for cover since there was no
Okay.
one over there.
So you and Warren are both in the hallway. Sirkin, what would you like to do?
I'm just gonna try to fire an arrow at Cabal number 2 with my longbow.
It's you and me, baby. It's all on us.
Does a 14 hit?
It does hit.
Ooh. That will be for 7 points of damage.
All right. You gonna hang out there, or you wanna? get
No, I'm gonna
mobile?
bounce in the hallway too. I'm not doing too well either.
Okay, so the three of you are crammed into the hallway. They're looking
God damn
around.
it, Flint! You're stepping on my toe.
Warren,
Make room. I'm little. I'm
Warren, as
occupied too
a
much space.
feisty action, do you scratch him?
Oh, right.
That cat has quarter action.
Right. I'm going to kind of try to get past Flint and Sirkin back into the room here. I can see the other two kobolds.
From where you are, you can see them because of your vision.
Okay. I am going to point at one of them, whichever one looks to be the healthiest or has taken the least amount of damage. I'm going to point at him and say, you will you will run as if you are on fire, and I will cast the Cause Fear spell on him.
Is that a wisdom save?
That is nothing. Yes, wisdom save. DC is 13.
Cracked die. You don't want me to run that. 14.
Ah!
The other one was 19. I was like, I'll re-roll that one.
Aw.
He looks
So
at you and
there's-
he says, ain't nobody on fire up here. Said maybe you. You gonna stay out there or what are you going to do?
Is there, like, can I get back into the hallway without much trouble?
How far out did you run? Did you just poke in?
Yeah, not more than like 5 feet.
Okay, yeah, you can poke back in, no problem.
Okay, cool.
You still have 25 feet left to your movement. Do you want to do anything else with it?
I mean, I will just make sure I'm not in a spot that's going to impede Flint or Sirkin from using whatever they need to.
For their tactical retreat?
Yes.
Or tactical withdrawal?
Strategize, yeah. Withdrawal. We don't retreat, we withdraw.
Okay. As you duck back in, Stubby, you're at where your 45 feet was, and you witness these two kobolds drop down off the ledge on the opposite side, on the eastern side. They each move about 15 feet to try to get a better glimpse inside the hallway. And I need to know where everybody is in that hallway.
Out of line of sight.
Okay. So you just kind of hugging against the wall kind of thing?
Yeah, hugging up the wall, like that way they can't.
Is anybody not
potentially
hugging
shoot
the
anything.
wall? Let me ask you that. Is anybody just standing, letter S on the chest, standing in the hallway? Okay. You hear the bows are pulled back, and they're trying to look, but they're not releasing the arrows yet. Flint, what would you like to do?
At that point,
And you can see them on the ground. You could see them just to the north of, like, if you were to look right across the hallway, you would see the bridge, and then you would see the fire on the opposite side. They're just to the north of the bridge. They're not getting on that bridge, but they're on the northern. Just, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. They don't want to be directly in line of it. They're just a little bit off to the side.
Okay. I have to do something important to keep myself in the game, and I'm going to have to cast Cure Wounds on myself to get me up and running. And that is going to be not a bad roll. It's a +6. And that will be the end of my turn.
Okay. Stubby.
How close are these kobolds to the fire?
They're probably it's not even a fire at this point. It's just dying embers. They're just simmering, glowing at this point. That's what you saw when you first came to the room. You guys have probably only been in this room about 60 seconds.
Yeah.
You know,
a lot of heat for 60 seconds.
You haven't been in there that long, but they're probably about 15 feet away from it.
Closer to the bridge, right?
Yeah, they're closer to the bridge and the ledge.
How long is the bridge?
Say 20 feet plus 2 feet on either side, so 25 feet.
Okay.
And where it's anchored into the ground, and then the bridge itself is 20 feet. That spans it. So, but there's no railings on it.
Okay, so with my vision in there, I probably can't see these guys.
Probably not. Maybe occasionally you might see a silhouette, but by the time you try to pinpoint it, it's already kind of moving. It doesn't look like it wants to stay in front of anything that's going to give it away. But occasionally when you do see it, you can see whichever silhouettes you do see, they're still drawn back on their bows, as though they're waiting for something.
Okay. I'm gonna move out into the hall. I'm
Okay.
gonna come out and go to the left, just a little bit around the corner.
Okay. And you remember when I described it last time that if you were to keep going south, it goes for about 35 feet and then turns to the west.
Yes.
Okay.
I just want to go outside that room and just hang a left and just right around the corner.
Okay. Sirkin.
At this point, I see the kobolds too, right? Like
Yeah,
the same-
with your vision, you can see them on the opposite side. You see that they're both kind of, looking like a Medusa looked like in the original Clash of the Titans. How she just, like looking for you to any one of you to poke their heads away from the wall. Any one of you to give them a clear shot.
Should I?
You like that reference, huh, Chris?
Dude, I love that movie.
That movie's awesome.
Okay. You know what? Fuck these kobolds.
Whoa.
Oh,
pop
he's
my head
doing
out.
it.
I'm
You're
gonna pop my
wrong
head
for it.
out, try to find the
Doing
one
it.
before, and I'm gonna try to lob another arrow at it.
Okay, as you pop your head away from the wall, they both fire immediately at you.
Oh,
Held actions.
Thank you. One of them will hit. The other one goes down the hallway and crashes into the far wall, and 3 points of damage.
cool. I'm down again.
Don't do it, Curtin.
Don't
It's
be a
all
hero.
right. Flint's right here for you.
We told you could leave. Go on, leave. Warren.
Well, I'm so glad Sirkin found the arrows for me. I'm going to bravely step over his body and in a smooth motion kind of like swing my arm around and fling out an eldritch bolt as I do. 22 to hit.
That will hit.
That is 11 points of force damage and 2 points of fire.
The force damage forces one of the kobolds back into the glowing embers behind him. And then the fire aspect reignites the fire with his corpse on it. Just. And at this point, you see the whole eastern side of the room engulfed in flames of this kobold. And you see the lone kobold standing there, just eyes wide, just basically shitting himself on that side of the crevice.
I will call again in Draconic. Are you sure you do not want to give up? If you have information for us, we might let you live.
I fear Rogue has more than I fear you. You don't know what he's capable of. He and the Teparax, they're like this.
And
They're
you've
buddies, they're
seen,
tight.
and you've seen what we are capable of.
You're just lucky, that's all.
And Warren ducks back into the hall.
See?
I have got Bob, George, Fred, and Terry the hit points, okay? I've named them so they don't leave me.
Okay, the kobold makes his way towards the bridge, like on his side of it. Pulls out a dagger and starts cutting the rope on the bridge to try to drop it into the crevice. Flint.
Well, I see Carlton's taking a nap again. Warden himself doesn't look like he's doing so well either. So I'm going to cast another Cure Wounds. I take it he's in the hallway with me again.
I am? Yes.
Yes. Okay, that is going to be 7 points of healing. I was about to say damage.
Please no. 7. Okay.
Anything
Okay.
else?
I'm just gonna hang back and
Now
that's
you're in the
action.
hallway, right?
I'm in
You're-
the hallway, yeah.
Not the little entryway, but the hallway.
Not in the
itself.
entryway, but like a little off to the side.
Okay, north side or south side?
Hugging the room, the wall of the room that we're in. So like
Oh, you're in the room or you're in the hallway though?
I'm in the hallway, hugging the wall that's closest to the room. So not the wall across the hall.
Got it. Okay, but the north or the south side? You guys
Not
came from the
really.
north.
Yeah,
where
we
that
came
well
from the
was.
north going down south and we made a detour into that room.
Yeah, so you got the hallway. You could either be
Yeah, I don't
north.
know. I either the south I guess will work.
Okay, because that's where Warren's at too. Okay, so you guys both are in
Okay.
the south. Stabi. Decisions.
That room is more illuminated now that that other kobold like burst into flame, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I see all the way to the bridge?
Yeah, you could see that it's basically half hacked at this point.
Okay. I want to take a shot at that kobold that's trying to cut the bridge.
Okay.
Sorry, Warren. He's going down.
You're not gonna have me argue.
All right, so that is going to be a 7.
7. Shot fires wild, strikes the back wall. You all stupid. You ain't gonna do nothing. What do you want to do?
The C4 out of my bag. Blow this whole room.
Easy, Coldwell.
Call in an airstrike. I'm gonna end my turn.
Okay. Sirkin. Make me a death save.
Death save number 1. Let's see.
Come on, crit.
First one, 19.
19. Good job. Warren.
I mean, there's one left. I'm just gonna keep doing what I've been doing. It's been working so far. I poke my head around the corner and I lob an Eldritch Blast at him. That is only a 12 to hit.
12. Close, but misses just barely.
I resume keeping Flint company. I wouldn't want him to be lonely. I have no idea where Stabby is, so he'll just
Where are
fend
you,
for
Stabby?
himself.
I just poked my head. I poked around the corner.
Oh, so the
into
three
the
of
room.
you are actually in the hallway at this point.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
Sirkin's in the threshold. Okay. You hear this, like, the sound of falling wood and rope as the bridge is completely cut away and falls down into the ravine.
Freaking kobold.
Flint. At this point, the fire has basically died out.
Oh man, I was gonna say, did the ravine catch on fire?
No, but it does smell good in there. You ever had a cooked kobold? Tastes like
Roasted
chicken.
Kabul. More like gator. I thought they were more chewy.
Chewy.
All right.
That fishy taste.
The other end of that bridge, is that more than 30 feet? From the entrance of the room to the other side of the room where the bridge is, on the Kabul side? On the
That's
other
gone.
side of the...
That's where he cut it. He cut his
Yeah.
end down.
What's
So-
the distance between there and where the Kabul's standing?
About 30 feet.
About 30 feet?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to pop my... I want to make my movement get like 5 feet in front of into the room from the hallway. And I'm going to have that Kabul make a dex save for me.
9.
9, that is a fail. And you're going to take... Why is this not popping up? That's going to be 7 points of radiant damage.
What is that noise?
It sounds like a phone.
You guys
Oh,
hear that
the
noise?
dinging. I'm sorry, that may have been
No,
me.
it's like a scratching noise. Like,
Yeah, I hear a scratching too.
Oh, I think I know what it is.
that's your dog chewing on bone?
Yep. Yeah, she was watching under her cot, so
So, with this, would you shoot?
Sacred Flame.
Sacred Flame. Describe this kobold's death over copper chewing that bone.
That's Gamora. But
Whatever.
as it hits him, he just ignites and just sprinkles into ashes.
Just explodes. So you guys are now out of combat. What would you like to do?
Well, Warren's going to kind of like take stock of himself and kind of nod and things to Flint and then point at Sirkin. We should make sure he's okay.
I do agree. But Flint actually wants to, just in case, drag his body out of the main hallway area and more down like the entryway and bring him down towards the hall to just in case.
Well, it's not that far. It's like 5 feet. So just hook him under the arms, drag him across, pull him into the south side with everybody else.
Lean him against, sit him up against the wall.
Give him a bottle.
Give him a bottle. Here, hold this. Take some pictures. And I'll cast Spare the Dying once again. And at least he'll be stabilized and won't have to make any death saving throws.
All right.
For the time being.
So he's still at 0. I guess you should have like some good berries or something. Just...
I honestly feel like when we were in the convenience store, we picked up a potion. If I'm not...
the other thing too, we can take this time to take a short rest. Maybe inside and like against the side of the wall of the room so that hopefully if there's someone who walks by, they're not going to necessarily notice us.
Come across this group of
torched
murderers. Arrows sticking out of them.
We'll leave a do not disturb sign with one of the dead kobolds outside.
No soliciting. Put a no soliciting.
They went that way.
He's like pointing. He like nailed his finger up.
I've expended most of my magic. I will need at least a short while to gather myself again.
So you guys are in dire straits.
Yeah.
So is that everyone's consensus? You guys want to get back into that room, kind of hide in the low light?
Yeah. Flint totally agrees with that. Taking a look around the room. I mean, a few of us were pretty close to going down. We had one go down, and I can't continue healing at this rate. Went down twice. Yeah.
At the beginning of this, before you jumped on, they were saying, yeah, Sirkin's been doing awesome. He's been tough.
He just got knocked a few times.
He just got knocked around a couple times.
Yeah, I would, for the benefit of the party, I would need to heal.
If we take a short rest, we can expend hit dice, which will let us recover hit points without you spending magic.
I think I can get some of my channel divinity back as well after a short rest, which will help for, any sticky situation.
So you guys, okay. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh no! I was just gonna ask is, okay, so if we take a short rest, are we molested while we're taking a short rest?
By whom?
The scaly denizens of this cave?
Possibly. I mean, you are in their lair. They called it the Blood Vow Lair.
Oh, do they now?
I feel like we have to risk it. We're in rough shape, man.
Yeah.
I don't know that we'll survive another encounter if we don't short rest.
Agreed.
So Warden, you want to give me a hand and we'll pick up Kjartan and drag him somewhere? Because you're stabilized. You're not like conscious or anything. You're just
Right. Yeah, I will.
we'll have to drag you somewhere.
I will
with
help.
us.
I will help drag our valiant a half elf road bump into the room and around the corner, and then probably kind of flop down a little bit exhausted myself.
So as you guys plop down, fluff up Circa, and everybody grabs a part of him to lay against. I mean, is this what you guys thought the lair was going to be like?
Dude,
What are you guys' thoughts as far as like having started in on this Kobold lair? Because the Baroness had said, we need you guys got to go out there and clear this thing out because they're starting to pick people up out of the town, bring them, take them and stuff. And from what you were able to report back to her, they were the ones that were responsible for the collapsing of the tower.
this kind of feels like buying a new house and the AC failing after 5 days.
Yeah,
That's what this
tragedy
feels like.
strikes.
It really started out good,
buyer's
and then it
remorse.
just kind of went downhill.
Yeah, yeah, they look like a goodbye.
Little buyer's
And then it became
remorse.
a goodbye.
Or it's like that scene in Aliens when they're bringing the ship down to pick them up and the ship crashes.
Yeah. Oh, we're fucked.
Yeah.
Let's get around, make fire, sing a few
Put her in
songs.
charge, man.
But yeah, I mean, what are you guys' thoughts about this lair being the way it is?
This is a meat grinder right now.
I mean, you've
Yeah.
heard about talking about somebody named Rogue has. So, and I purposely had them keep shooting that name out.
Yeah, I feel like the worst is yet to come.
Yeah,
the name it was Roadhaz?
Rogue has.
Rogue has.
Yeah.
As in Stabby has something?
yeah. The rogue has something.
Does that sound like it would be a kobold name?
Possibly, but then again, I mean, it's hard to tell. I think I mentioned a few other names previously, and go and make a history check.
That is a 21, actually.
21. You guys remember when you were still in the collapsed tower and you came across those kobolds that had popped out of the tunnel, like before you went into the tunnel and into the quarry, that they were talking together? They were at that dead end area where they were making an encampment, and somebody said they needed to go tell Big Chief Roguehaz that they had fucked up.
Right.
So it's possible that this is the leader of, their big chief of the kobolds in this lair.
Mhm.
So
A belief that he's like the chapter leader, or he's like the main guy, like
the blood valve Mongols.
Well, the blood valve's got a lot of valves.
Okay, I will share that. And we will need to be careful in our steps forward. I mean, these kobolds, there were numerous and they were tough. They were also in tactically strategic locations. We need to be very careful about how we step further. So,
Did we mention that they were really lippy too?
well,
they got a cheek to them, don't they?
Yeah.
they are really
That's some
lippy
sass.
until
Don't sass
they
me,
get until they get their faces blown in.
Sassy kobolds.
I know, man. It's like somebody put some effort into these people. So you guys are sitting there doing your short rest. We'll go through the numbers later. Everybody make a perception check.
I perceive that something bad is about to happen.
Everybody that's still alive or awake.
Right.
Am I awake yet or no?
You would need a full rest to get 1 hit point back. So once these guys get their... Yeah, he need a full rest to get 1 hit point back every day. Or somebody needs to administer something for you.
Well, a long rest normally recovers all of your hit points. A creature whose
Oh, it does?
Yes.
Yeah, but you guys
in
aren't
5e
taking.
it does.
Oh, okay.
No.
But you guys aren't taking a long rest though.
Right. A creature's hit points.
Can he
whenever-
expend hit dice though on his short rest, even though he's at 0? He could probably do that, right?
Yeah, I'm just double checking that. I
That
believe.
part I don't know.
That's something I didn't even think about.
Yeah, I believe. Let me see. Dropping 0 hit points. When you're up to 0 hit points.
I guess I don't go down.
Maybe you should.
Yeah. Get them hit points.
Pokey.
Doesn't remain unconscious. Remain stable. Must start. A stable creature that isn't healed regains 1 hit point after 1d4 hours.
Stable creature that is not healed gains 1d4 hit points after.
No, will regain
just
1
one.
hit point. 1 hit point after 1d4 hours.
Okay.
So, if we do have a healing potion, actually, it might be a good idea to administer it to Sirkan.
Well, he's already going to get 1 hit point because if you guys stay here for a short rest, which isn't at least an hour, so he'll get 1 hit point back, and then at that point he could drink his own hit. You know, he could do it himself at that point. He could self feed.
Selfie. It's so grown. They grow up so fast.
I know. Somebody burp him. Somebody burp Circa. So everybody make your perception check. That includes you, Sirkin, as you from your 1 hit point of love.
Okay.
Flint got a 9.
9. Warren?
Warren got a 12.
It's to be.
9.
Sirkin?
16.
16.
He comes to just in time to.
His eyes kind of, they're drooping. He's still worn out. And then all of a sudden your eyes flutter open. And you're like, who smells that bad? What is that? What is that fucking smell? And after a while you kind of look at him, first think that he's a little crazy. Maybe he's full of shit. Maybe he's got damaged in the head or something like that. But then you guys start picking this smell up too. It smells almost like refuge, just garbage and shit kind of wafting up from the tunnels, like where you guys had originally were traversing. Where it's coming from, you're not really certain, although it does seem to occasionally come in waves into this room.
So it's coming back from the way we came?
No, it's just coming from the hallway. You're not really sure where in the hallway it's coming from.
Okay.
But you guys are in that one room, and occasionally you'll get this whiff. It's pungent, but it doesn't seem to last long. It's almost as though it's carried on like little vortices of air that are eking through these caverns. But it might be something you guys might want to check out next session.
That's right. Yeah. Sirkin, it's perfectly natural for someone to expel themselves after they hit 0
After they've
HP.
Time to loosen my bowels. I gotta take a shit. Somebody knock me to 0.
Yeah, what smells on you? God.
Who ate broccoli?
Dude, who's got the poopery, man?